Alright guys, I just took the top off of the okay guys, I just took the top off of the frosting. We're going to use cream cheese. Can you guys see that? And I have a little cup here with water, and I have a butter knife. Can you guys see the butter knife? So, it's a ring on my butter knife, a circle. I just kind of dip the knife in the water and take a little bit. I'm trying to do this fast, guys, because I have a premiere about to start in maybe 10 minutes, less than that, okay? And I'm trying to get this part because this is the beginning of my next video. So right after that premieres, I'm going to edit this and go from there, okay? Hopefully you guys can see me doing this. I'm not a good cake decorator. I mean, I'm good at what I do. Don't get me wrong. But I'm trying to do it fast. Maybe one day we'll do a cake decorating. Maybe one day we'll do a cake decorating thing. So how's Thanksgiving going for you guys? I'm tired, guys. I've been up all day editing the video that's about to premiere. I was up all night editing the last 2 videos. And I am trying to be somewhat original over here and very creative. I mean, I can do pretty much just as much as anybody else can do. But I don't bring the drama. I don't bring the heat. I don't bring the noise. I just let my gifts and talents speak for me. You know, speak, Lord.
Speak, Lord. Speak to me. I was so blind. I was so lost until you spoke to me. I feel every time I think about you, you're so good to me. You know you make me wanna speak, Lord, speak to me, speak, my Lord, yeah, speak to me. Oh, speak. I love you, Lord. Speak my soul.
Speak to me. Or speak for me, right? Alright guys, so I hope you guys can see this. Cream cheese is the bomb. Love it on carrot cake. But like I said, this is a white cake. But it turned yellow. Okay, it's definitely brown now. And does color matter when it comes to cake? I know you'll eat it. I mean, hey, controversy sells just like drama. And I'd rather be controversial, ask the questions that people won't. For the love of God, they took Uncle Ben's off the rice. Some would say finally, some would say, oh, it shouldn't matter. Aunt Jemima, I mean, all these black people, Skippy, peanut butter, went on to make a lot of money off of black people, right? Off of black people, right? Absolutely. And guys, if you have any food left over, if you cooked way too much, by all means, donate it to the local shelter. Go find somebody by a McDonald's or a Wendy's or bus stop and just hanging out, feed them, Don't throw your food away. Let God use you in any way you can, okay? All right, so pretty much done, guys. I am going to end it here. If I need to touch up anything, I will along the way, all right? And I'll see what else I can add to this bad boy, okay? I gotta show you the whole spread, okay? I gotta tell you about the ham, the steak medallions. I have to tell you about I gotta tell you about the ham, the steak. So I gotta tell you guys about the ham, the steak medallion, the mac and cheese, the broccoli cheddar rice. I didn't do the biscuits or the fruit and the cheese and the apples. We'll save that for a continental breakfast in the morning. So we're basically just going to have the rice, mac and cheese. Oh, collard greens for the love of God. The steak medallions, the ham, and we have the lovely cake here. All right, guys. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and cover her up. And I'll talk to you on the next live upload and or premiere. And at the end of this video, reading from about Black Friday, you can find it over on history.com. And it's just going to break down the dark roots of Black Friday. It's going to associate it with financial crashes to super shopping mania. Also, it's going to mention slavery. And I'm going to throw in with my conspiracy theories, the Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat, called it macaroni. What is that all about? If you guys know down below, please let me know. If not, I'll catch you on the replay upload next video. But just give me 3 or 4 minutes of your time so that I can explain to you what Black Friday really is from my perspective. All right, thank you so much. Hey guys, welcome to ReligionWinked TV. Welcome back, y'all. It's like 24 hours later and a day late. Yeah, I've been trying to do the second part of this video, and I finally realized I can go through StreamYard to kind of do that, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this conversation about what's the real history of Black Friday, okay? So I am going to go ahead and stop sharing this screen so you can see that I got the article from the history website. And you guys, I have the link that I'll drop in the description down below. But basically, I want to talk to you about what's the real history of Black Friday. So I don't want to share the article in the whole entire screen. So we'll just go ahead and continue recording. Yep, we sure are. I'll read this article to you, some bits and pieces of it, and then we'll move into some other. Well, actually, the video will be done, guys. I'm so tired. But anyway, I'm giving you this content because I feel is newsworthy and valuable to you, okay? So we're talking about Black Friday, the discrepancies around it, conspiracy theories that lead up to it, and a whole bunch of other talk about it. Now, this article is going to tell you basically that when Black Friday was incorporated in September 24th, 1869, is going to tell you that these two Wall Street big gurus tried to buy up all the gold shares, and they inflated the prices to try to, break the economy or whatever, but it affected everybody, especially our ancestors, the early sharecroppers, right? So the first recorded use of the term Black Friday was applied not to holiday shopping, but to financial crises, specifically the crash of the U.S. gold market on September 24th, 1869. Two notoriously ruthless Wall Street financiers, Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, worked together to buy up as much as they could of the nation's gold, hoping to drive the price sky high and sell it for astonishing profits. On that Friday in September, the conspiracy finally unraveled, sending the stock market into free fall and bankrupting everyone from Wall Street barons to farmers, such as our ancestors, the early sharecroppers. It also says that the most commonly repeated story behind the post-Thanksgiving shopping-related Black Friday traditions links it to its retailers. As the story goes, and surely as we go, I'm going to give you my opinion about Yankee Doodle and what I believe happened Thanksgiving Day. After an entire year of operating at a loss in the red, stores would supposedly earn a profit, went into the black on the day after Thanksgiving because holiday shoppers blew so much money on discounted merchandise. Again, when it comes to money, in the hole, you in the red, in the profit, you in the black. Why can't the profit be green? Right? Why does it have to be black? When it comes to money, black is a good thing for them. But when it comes to black people, how good are we to them? That they even have to inflate prices all throughout the rest of the year, but on this one specific Black Friday, they want to lower the prices as if they're doing us some good. Shouldn't we all be able to live the American dream and just have normal prices throughout the year? Catch this on fleek, y'all. This is the trick of America and the people thereof. So it goes on to say, though it's true that retail companies used to record losses in red and profits in black when doing their accounting, this version of Black Friday's origin is officially sanctioned but inaccurate story behind the tradition. Listen, it's going to go on to tell you that they used to buy slaves at a low price, at a discounted price. Not that there should be a price on a human being anyway, but this is America for you and how we get from a white cake to Black Friday. Because as I was making the white cake, I was thinking about, why is this cake white? Why am I not making a black cake? Do they sell black cakes? No, they only sell chocolate cakes. But they always use the adjective black and white. Why is the White House white, and why isn't it called the Black House, and why not the presidential palace like it used to be? And on, all his thoughts was coming. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to do a video and sell it to you guys, from a white cake to Black Friday and everything in between, right? Because in recent years, another myth has surfaced that gives a particularly ugly twist to the tradition, claiming that back in the 1800s, Southern plantation owners, linking it to slavery, could buy slaves at a discounted price on the day after Thanksgiving. There's some truth to this, because I feel in my spirit, on Thanksgiving Day, when the Pilgrims met up with the Indians, people were sold out, people were killed, people were hunted, cavalry came in, Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat, and voila, he called it macaroni, mocking God's people. A slaughter. That macaroni went with this feast, and that feast slaughtered a lot of people back in that day. Though this version of Black Friday's roots has understandably led some to call for a boycott for the retail holiday, it has no basis in fact. Now, if you know people were selling people on Black Friday, why celebrate Black Friday? Why celebrate it, people? Why do what European white people keep telling you to do? And I'm going to get into a story where there's a European woman that came up with the first dinner for Thanksgiving. Why is it always that when white people set a decree, black people flock to it? When black people set a decree, other than hair, rapping, and big asses, white people don't follow along. They said, the hell with what you talking about over there. I'm not following you. And that's what they did to the Messiah in the days of Jesus. He was a black man doing powerful things. They're like, no, we don't want to have this. Here go your white Jesus to keep you oppressed, all right? Keep you waiting 2,000 years on somebody to come save you, when all you got to do is stop being ignorant and you can save yourself. And let the church say, so be it on that. So by 1961, Black Friday had caught on in Philadelphia. The report's going to say that the police got overwhelmed because it was like this big Army-Navy sale going on, and they had to work overtime, and it just was crazy. The result was red to black concept of the holiday mentioned earlier, and the notion that the day after Thanksgiving marked the occasion when America's stores finally turned a profit because they could no longer buy slaves on that day. And remember, slaves make people a lot of money, whether you're a paid slave or whether you were unpaid like our ancestors. Today, most people work on traditional jobs are still paid slaves, right? So America knows what it's doing. America is great with wordplay. America is great with deception. America is great with being positive and negative, in a sense where it says here, sometime in the late 1980s, however, retailers found a way to reinvent Black Friday and turn it into something that reflected positively rather than negatively on them and their customers. Because when it comes to money, they don't want the negative attachment to them. Like slavery, oppression, and white supremacy aren't the most negative things in the world. But when it comes to this money, they want to look good. So, of course, they're going to say it's black when they're doing fine, right? When they're making a profit, they're in the black. Why not the green, right? Why not the white, right? Okay, so, and of course, when they're doing bad, they want to make everything look like the black people's fault. When they in the red, right? Okay, so anyway, it goes on to say that stores generally see more of a profit the Saturday before Christmas, which is another pagan holiday. But again, we're not here to dispute Christmas. We're talking about Black Friday and why I believe it's celebrated because of the amount of people who lost their lives when the Plymouths got together with the Wampanoag Native Americans here who, yes, you have family members who sold you out for whatever, told on your husband, told your boyfriend, told your stories, told your rumors, just told somebody where you was when you wasn't supposed to be there. You know, things like that. Don't you think some of our ancestors back then who wanted prestige and power, and I believe this article is even going to say something to the fact like a better way of living would sell someone out just to have so? People say that about Harriet Tubman. She worked with the northern white people to free the black people from the South, but she didn't do it for free. She did it for a profit as well, take care of her and her family. Somebody had to do it. I mean, it is what it is, people. We have to accept the things that people have done. So it goes on to say the Black Friday story stuck, and pretty soon the term's darker roots in Philadelphia were largely forgotten. Since then, the one-day sale bonanza has morphed into a 4-day event and spawned other retail holidays such as Small Business Saturday and Sunday, Cyber Monday, why not White Monday, why not White Tuesday, why, Black Friday. Because it's a dark undertone and it's something demonic connected to it. So then it goes on to say, guys, basically, we're going to learn about. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the Plymouth and the Wampanoag Native Americans. That the Thanksgiving Day is a national holiday in the United States, and Thanksgiving 2020 occurs Thursday, November 26th, which was yesterday. And why is it celebrated as a national holiday? This is the day that they conquered the land. This is the day that the West was won. This is the meeting. Let's break bread. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Come on, everybody. Come on, let's have fun. And you guys sit down and break bread with these people. And what do? While you're turning the other cheek, they winning the land, taking over everything. So in 1621, the Plymouth colonists and the Wampanoag Native Americans shared an autumn harvest feast that is acknowledged today as one of the first Thanksgiving celebrations in the colonies. Why do we have to keep celebrating it every year? It's a done deal. You guys met up with the Indians. The Pilgrim have a Plymouth plantation over there that they started and put some of us on once they had this Thanksgiving. These are nothing but FEMA camps that they keep, erecting for our demise. I mean, it is what it is, people. I see it to be darker than just going out buying stuff on the day after Thanksgiving. And once you know that they used to buy your ancestors at a low discounted price, how can they relate it to retail and merchandise? For the love of God, President Trump the other day pardoned Cobb and Corn, but yet Cousin Cornbread can't get pardoned from prison. I'm telling you, these people love their animals and their pets more than they do human beings. So it goes on to say, for the more than 2 centuries, days of Thanksgiving were celebrated by individual colonies and states. It wasn't until 1863, in the midst of the Civil War, that President Abraham Lincoln proclaimed a national Thanksgiving Day to be held each November. And old Abe, even though they casted him out and got him on a brown penny because he liked the black people at one time, wasn't always down for black people and had some crookedness in him.
We're all familiar with the story of the first Thanksgiving when the Pilgrims invited local Native Americans to share a meal with them. But we bet you didn't know Thanksgiving didn't become an annual tradition until more than 200 years later. That first Thanksgiving in 1621 wasn't just one big meal. It was a 3-day festival of eating, hunting, and other entertainments in honor.
Now, you heard him say hunting, right? I told you, the movie, The Survival Game with Ice-T, the one married to Coco, not Ice Cube, the one sleeping with the president behind your back. Ice-T was with these European white men, prestigious white men. They went hunting, and lo and behold, in the midst of hunting prey, he becomes the one being hunted. And when he realized what was happening, he said, "The hell with that," and he flipped it on them and started hunting their ass.
Honor of the Pilgrims' first successful harvest. The Indians killed 5 deer as gifts for the colonists.
See,
so venison was.
There was some killing going on. They say 5.
Or potatoes, which hadn't been introduced to New England yet. And while they may have eaten cranberries, they would have been served plain, not in a sauce or relish. The Pilgrims didn't plan on starting a Thanksgiving tradition. In fact, they didn't repeat the November celebration in subsequent years. In 1789, President George Washington announced the first ever national Thanksgiving holiday.
All right, so here's a lie. We read George Washington. They're saying, we read Abraham Lincoln did it, and now they're saying George Washington did it. And I told you, with people who have platforms to the masses, they don't always tell us the truth. That's why you have to do your own research, okay?
Which took place on Thursday, November 26th, but it didn't become an annual tradition nationwide until the 19th century. That's when an American writer named Sarah Josepha Hale, most famous for writing the nursery rhyme Mary Had a Little Lamb.
All right, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Another thing that goes with Mary and her son, Yeshua the Christ, right? Always mocking God's purpose and design, beautiful plan for our lives, right? They're always coming behind, mocking a situation. Now, this woman allegedly came up with the first menu. Why do we carry on the tradition? Not that the food isn't good. And I know people have broken away from turkey and the traditional Thanksgiving meal. But why is it always that we're ready to run and follow what white people do and say do, but yet white people don't want to follow what black people do and say do, other than wear our hairstyles, rock our big asses, not that I have one, and rap? Can somebody please let me know down in the comments? Thank you.
Was inspired by a diary of pilgrim life to recreate that first Thanksgiving feast. Beginning in 1827, Hale waged a nearly 30-year campaign to make Thanksgiving a national holiday. She also published recipes for pumpkin pie, turkey, and stuffing that probably didn't appear on...
Again, these people celebrate conquering and taking over black people. The Vatican do it every year when they come out with the staff and the Jesus man is on there. That's a signification and indication to the rest of the world. We conquered Christ. We conquered the Messiah. We are the rulers of the religion of this world now. Not that religion is really something to be with or be down with, because I told you I hate religion, but the relationship and the power that God had bestowed upon some people, they take it and it appears to you they're powerful, but they're really not.
Here on the Pilgrims' plates, but would become the staples of modern Thanksgiving meals. In 1863, in the midst of the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln announced that the nation would celebrate...
Civil War, cavalry, right? Yankee Doodle, and so on and so forth, people.
Celebrate Thanksgiving every year.
Remember F Troop was a funny sitcom, was a funny show. We didn't have much to watch when we were growing up, but I did watch that, and I picked up a lot from that series. That, yeah, the American cavalry, F Troop, has always been against the 12 Aboriginal indigenous people of the world.
Here on the final Thursday in November. But did you know, in 1939, President Franklin D. Roosevelt decided to move the holiday up a week to give Depression-era retailers more time to make money during the pre-Christmas shopping season. The move was widely criticized, and in 1941, FDR signed a bill fixing Thanksgiving on the fourth Thursday in November, where it stays...
Okay, again, this is a fixated date. Every fourth Thursday of the month, right? But again, the resurrection doesn't have a set date. Halloween has a set date. You have to look at these people with their set dates. The one day that you can have the most power in your faith is the resurrection day, but yet there's no day set aside for that particular day. It hops around from February, March, April, May with the Easter bunny. And again, you people go to and fro, but you don't stand on your truth and say, hey, wait a minute, this is wrong. I want a date for my Savior to rise. Listen, if he was born on a specific date, you better believe there's a date for his resurrection, okay?
Today. One of the quirkiest Thanksgiving traditions began in 1989 when President George H.W. Bush granted the first official pardon to a turkey.
All right, again, they pardon the turkey because there's some sick-minded joke behind pardoning a turkey, but yet cornbread, my cousin over there in prison some damn where, can't get pardoned for a little ounce of weed or something, or a little misdemeanor, but yet President Trump, he pardoned corn and cob. He spared 2 of them turkeys the other day, but don't want to spare the American people so we can live the American dream.
Every November since then, the current Oval Office occupant has given a reprieve to 1 or 2 turkeys.
Hold on, y'all. And Obama is out here pardoning damn turkeys. I would have told them as a black president, I'm not doing this shit. I am not doing it. And y'all shouldn't do it either. Carry on.
Them into retirement on a farm rather than to a dinner table. Though it only began in the late 20th century, the story has become one of the more unusual chapters in the long history of Thanksgiving traditions.
All right, guys. What do you guys think about that, huh? All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. You all been amazing. Thank you so much for tuning into my video. I will catch you on the live, upload, and or premiere. So stay tuned, all right? Thank you so much and have a great day. And remember, Black Friday. darker meaning behind it than these people want you to know, but the Spirit is saying something differently. I believe it was one of the greatest mass weapons of destruction and destroyed a lot of God's people, a lot of our ancestors, over the turkey, over the corn, over the American freedom that our ancestors had, who fled over here way before the European even discovered America, okay? So I will talk to you. I hope this is